You could argue both games are feature matchups. We'll give you the lowdown on everything that happens here in Group B. And you've just seen the headline news. Nixneb and Khan of Galatasaray have just qualified for the FC Pro Open, and they have both been thrown into some ridiculously tough groups. And the crazy part is tomorrow, Rich, we have to find 9
here we do.
More players. 8, and then we have the last chance bonus spot that's available. And we haven't even looked at the group of death yet. Abofawzi kicking from right to left here. Gareth Bale, one of his choices in the team. There's only 3 players in the whole 64 that went for Gareth Bale. He was one of them. Quick corner comes in. Courtois does get 2 hands on it.
We've also seen some horrific goalkeeping, so hopefully that stays away and we get 2 solid sets of keepers in this final round. I don't want to see someone lose out on a spot due to a Courtois howler.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't pretty, was it, in the last game when you saw it? Paulo Neto flawless yesterday, 5-0. And a bit more of a trickier road, though, this time. Looks to try and speed boost his way past Hernandez there with Ousmane Dembele.
When we were in the break just then, I quickly went over and spoke with Paulo and Renzo and just sort of said, look, what's happening, where we're going wrong, 5-0 yesterday. And they said this matchup probably favours them a little bit, like they like this matchup compared to the previous 2 that they've had today. This one feels pretty nice, and they expect a victory.
Ousmane Dembele, back to you. Loves sort of cutting down in from this right-hand side. Scored a few goals earlier in the competition from that same sort of area there. Did Paulo Neto. Abofawzi cuts it back inside, looking for Rafael Leo. Where's the ball going to bounce? It's a panic clearance, which has given the ball back.
That's a power shot
into Steven Gerrard, who for his trademark power shot from the edge of the box. I mean, Abofawzi, you could argue, Richie, sort of just building into the Middle East, the Saudi Arabian scene for so long. Abu Mak has been up and coming. He just qualified earlier for the FC Pro Open. And then you look down that list, Abofawzi so close last year to qualifying for the Esports World Cup. You just feel like he's 1 or 2 wins away from really making a name for himself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Dosseri obviously still competing, but has taken a step back. Abu Mak has moved into that spot, and then there's so much talent over there. We see the one-offs, what a performance he's been having. I'll give you a trade-off. That Gerrard power shot, if he scores one with that, you've got to give it the full shout. Yeah.
Has to be from 30+ yards though as well. That's got to be the agreement as well. We have got a kick-off in the other game. Speaking of Middle Eastern players, I mean, they could have 4 qualified today if both of the Saudi Arabians were to win this game. Bandar against Tekkz in that game there. One of those 2 will be qualifying for the FC Pro Open. Patry finds Georgia Stanway. Who else is going to come into the town? Rafael Leo just delaying the play. Where's it going to line up for the perfect pass? What a save, Courtois.
Love a bit of goalkeeper movement from Paulo Neto. Just shifted him ever so slightly to the middle of the goal and narrowed down the angle. And he's so quick off the line as well. I said it last game and I'm saying it again. He closes down the angle so quickly. Could be a clinical counter.
Pele, don't worry, that's not the icon Pele. That's the BD Pele, the foot hero. Just sits in alongside Kylian Mbappe. Still goalless across both our games here in our last round of action from Saturday's action here at the FC Pro Open Global Qualifier.
Bale's a real interesting one because he uses a lot of coins. He's probably in that Mbappe range of coin total. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel as if you're going to pick someone of that coin value, you just take Mbappe or Ginola. But Bale, there's downside to him, the weak foot not being great. A couple of the passing attributes not quite where you want him. He's big, he's tall, he can win a header, he can get about in that area, but not having finesse shot plus. Again, it's just, I don't know if I'm on board. I'm not on the Bale train. And trust me, I'd like to be.
Well, only 3 players were on the Gareth Bale train out of the 64, which goes to show how much of an interesting pick that one is compared to the 45 pros that went for Mbappe. Well, we're hearing there has been a goal in the other game. We'll jump across to it if we can very shortly indeed. Which way has it gone, Bandar or Tekkz? Qualification game, that one, to make it into the FC Pro Open. Tekkz was there last year
Could be a chance for Paulo.
Also on the other side, Paulo Neto was nowhere near this scenario last year in this competition. Update in the other game. Which way has the goal gone, Richard?
It's gone through a player who's had a lot of scrutiny in game. Robbie Keane, Travella outside the boot, Tekkz 1-0 up. Green timed and found the top corner.
And yet that is Robbie Keane. Tekkz, the only player out of the 64 to use him in his draft. I wonder if any of you at home would have maybe just tried him this weekend. We'll have to wait and see.
Let us know. I think the day, maybe yesterday or the day before, there was an SPC that dropped about Robbie Keane as well in game. Let us know, did you complete that? And if you did, what's your thoughts of him?
Update, oh my, Tekkz is looking dangerous over there. 2-0 he leads. Great step overs, chance for Hanson, times it green, Abofawzi with the all-important breakthrough. He's been knocking on the door. Big moment.
Again, he's just opened up the pitch with the player log into Steven Gerrard. He's just quite slow defending from Paulo Neto. Didn't quite read the pass where it was going to go. Didn't read the step overs, and he just executed perfectly, just as Tekkz has done.
Well, Tekkz found a second. It came from Hyun-Min Son. Zazideo enjoyed that one.
Yeah. Travella at the near post. It is a very consistent way of scoring this year, that Travella near post.
Big chance, Mbappe, is he onside? What a save, Courtois! Should have been a certain goal for Paulo Neto.
And is he just doubting in the final third
what a
now?
ball. Gareth Bale to prove his money's worth in this squad. This attack, he was just to be the provider of the chance. Finds Steven Gerrard. That very much nearly was that moment.
He's got Renzo behind him, Paulo. It's going to be a big half-time here. He's really been able to create a lot. Obviously, that chance there, green timed, it picked the wrong side of the goal. Shake of the head from Paulo Neto. He's 5-0 in Swiss. He was flawless. He was perfect. He's about to go 0-2 in the knockouts.
Bale in the tussle with the right back there, Rudiger. With an all-important win, Tekkz still leads 2-0 in his game against Bandar of Team Falcons. Expect this to maybe find a way back up to the edge of the box. Or maybe a power shot. Rafael out. Finds Patrick. Cheeky chip. Is there a header there? It's a great touch. It's an open goal.
Offside. They think, why are we not getting any animation here inside the box? But what Abofawzi is doing now, when he's pinging this ball around the box, Gareth Bale looking for the speed boost, he's dictating what Paulo Neto does defensively. If it's going back to Gerrard, he's got to close him down quickly for a power shot. If he's recycling the ball, he's got to look over his shoulder. Is there a Patrick Guerrero lob-through ball coming? He's just creating, I said it last game and I'll say it again, he's creating traps around the box. And sooner or later, one of them will pay off again.
Rafael, where's that cut back? Face the power shot, it's the post on the inside. Huge chance for Paulo Neto. And Abofawzi survives another wave of pressure.
Well, something that I've just realised as well, this matchup for Bale is an absolute gimme. He's against Minquetha, who Gravison and FG sort of looked at earlier and analysed him. He's not outstanding in any area.
And there has been moments in that half where Bale was
just breezed past him.
Certainly been able to outsmart him. Last chance of the half. Abidi Pele finds Dembele. Is there going to be a way to manoeuvre this ball into the box now? Mbappe runs into William Saliba, and that should do us for half-time. Abofawzi 45 in-game minutes away from qualifying for the FC Pro Open. Well, let's jump across then. Tekkz against Bandar was 2-0 last time we checked it. Still is 2 goals to nil. Tekkz is leading, but he's given away a corner. Corner quickly played. Didn't know where that was going to head towards Van Dijk.
Just love Kevin De Bruyne as well. Do you remember last year? He was one of the only players who used De Bruyne, Tekkz in his team. It's clear to see the game plan. Obviously, 3 finesse plus players in the team. Robbie Keane has been told that he's got a job to do and he's just going to do it. I mean, clearly this game, it's he put the ball in the net. Is your job, please, Robbie?
Just keep running. Playing on the last man and trying to just wait for those through balls to pop through.
Did you ever do the Robbie Keane celebration when you scored a goal?
Tried it once.
Forward roll and the finger whack.
Tried it once, but you sort of got to back up, really, haven't you?
Yeah, you do.
I was just thinking about Bandar there. The amount of times I've seen him in a crowd, normally getting the chance going when we've been out in previous tournaments. There's a real community feel between them and any Middle Eastern player. They really want to push them on and go further. I'm sure they'll be watching. Oh, I'm sure his teammate and even sort of co-owner of the organisation, Nemes Desari, will be watching from a distance here. Hoping that his player can do enough to get past Tekkz.
I'm sure one of their biggest fans, Falcons Mike, will be watching and cheering on. They've had good success already today. Still more to come.
Last 5 in-game minutes. Let's see where this chance can fall out to. Diani finds Mbappe, extra pass, makes all the difference. He could have easily just gone for the shot of Mbappe, but didn't fancy that one. Bandar's pulled an important goal back, and there is still so much time in the game.
Yeah, it's a nice goal. The extra pass just disguised it almost. Quite a cute finish in the end. Mbappe ran past Theo Hernandez, he faked the player look, just pulled Mbappe ever so slightly back. Tekkz moved the keeper, expecting the near post. An easy finish in the end.
Well, we have another special guest joining us in the commentary area today here at the FC Pro Open. It's no one else other than Jay Denman, coach of Mark 11. Commentator whenever we need him. He's always helping us out. Jay Denman, how are you, mate, first and foremost?
I'll be honest, I heard you talking about Robbie Keane celebrations and I thought I had to be here. Club legend of the team I support, and I thought I'd come over and say
you're going to take your heads off and run off and do it for us then?
If Mark qualifies, can we get the Robbie Keane celebration from you?
I've lost a bit of timber, so I think I'll be able to do it now. You know, I'll shake your hand on that.
Deal.
I'll do it.
I don't know he's going to pull that one up on the stage, but Jay Denman joins us for the commentary of this one. We'll speak to him about Mark's journey so far here in the FC Pro Open qualifier. But first, we have to speak about this that's just happened 9 minutes off the restart of the second half. Mbappe is dancing, he's moving, he's grooving. 1-1. Paulo Neto's pulled an important goal back there.
He needed it as well, because we didn't see any of that really from him in the first half. One goal can just release the shackles now.
What I wanted to ask you, Denman, is yesterday, how was it? I mean, he went 3-0, he got the job done early, Mark, and then was it a case he just ran into some monsters, or?
I'll be honest with you, like, his whole matchup was just full of monsters. I think it was Cone start off with top player, then Nee, and then Fuma. And then we had a date with Oberon and Abu Maka, who have both actually qualified already, haven't they?
If he wouldn't have qualified, that's a horrific run, isn't it?
Oh, it's awful matchmaking.
Yeah. Thankfully, you forget about it now because you're into the knockouts. Great finish from Paulo Neto. Turned the game around in 15 minutes from half-time.
2 goals in 5 minutes, Paulo Neto. It's a great example, though, Denman, as well. You can have a great day one. You come into knockouts, it's so different. He's not an easy bracket run, no one has.
Bro, absolutely. What I will say is, though, everyone you're playing now is a top player. They've all got through Swiss as well, so they all deserve to be here. And I don't think there's any easy matches for anybody either, because I think a lot of the time you'll look at players maybe who come from different regions and you think, okay, maybe they're not as good, or maybe you're not really exposed to kind of what they're doing in their region, and they come here and they kind of flashbang you, and it's like, right, okay, I've not seen EU players do this, I've not seen South Americans do this, and I think that's the art of international competition.
Could you argue that's the same for Mark as well sometimes?
Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of people don't expect him to maybe be as good as he is because there's not a lot of players, or maybe as big of a player base over in Oceania as there is in other regions and stuff, but yeah, I'd say that, absolutely. And in answer to your question about when you say about like hard matchmaking and stuff in Swiss, for me, like, go on.
Got a question from Kerry up the Villa. Who has been your biggest shock so far?
That's a really, really good question. I'm just trying to cast my mind to it now.
I've got an answer.
Go on.
Young, 0-3.
Young, yeah, that's a massive shock. I was trying to think whether it's going to be a confidence shock in terms of like if somebody's been good or bad. I'd say Young 0-3 by his standard isn't very good, because I think even him, he'd say that as well. I'd say from a good perspective, I'd say Nixneb, to be honest, because I feel like a lot of people who know Nixneb and who practice against Nixneb know that he's good enough to make it to these events.
Just don't always get to see him on this sort of stage.
Absolutely, 100%, I agree with that.
But he's also just beat Tekkz and Paulo Neto to qualify. Like,
I mean,
if there's ever a confidence boost going into the finals, this is it. Like, why not go and continue this run?
They'll be willing to play match day 1 tomorrow.
Well, have a look at that.
Well. We saw Bandar get 1 goal back. Well, he's just got a second against Tekkz. That 2-goal lead that Tekkz has been wiped away. What a chance this could be. It goes straight down the throat of Courtois. Let's jump into it now then. This is the goal he just conceded. Mbappe surrounded by Manchester City shirts, is able to delay the play, pick it back up from Rafael, and then just pass it into the feet to Anna. Diani pulls it back in front, just like that. 2-2, and a 2-goal lead for Tekkz is wiped away. Let's join it now, 4 minutes since the restart. It always seems like as well when Tekkz is on main stage, it goes without saying, he's playing with just always the name value, the pressure that follows him.
Absolutely, but I think as well, like what comes with like the pressure and stuff as well, is you saw it in the game before when he was playing against Sean. Tekkz's press is absolutely insane, and you saw like he was forcing Sean to make countless of mistakes, and I feel like Bandar, as the game goes on and the scorelines like this, I still think it benefits Tekkz.
We've debuted a lot of new features as well throughout today. We've had R3, we're talking about in-depth instructions and tactics, and something else that we can give you. At the end of every Monday night show, we're going to be releasing the tactics and codes for the players. And we're going to do that exactly today. It could be Tekkz if he goes on to win.
3-2, and who else would it be than Van Dijk from a typical corner? The ball came in. It's a simple time green header, which you will see again and again and again. He's back in front, but for how long? There it is again on the replay. What's the difference there, that it was William Saliba defended him?
Absolutely. I think there's a reason why every single person is using Van Dijk in their team. He's the best centre-back in the game, with that aerial as well on him, and like his ability to just dominate in the air. Like you'll see, well, you've seen it already. There's been so many goals where he just salmons over people for corners. It's insane. We're
going to be giving some tactics away. Any tactics you'd like to see at the end of today from the pros?
Abu Maka's 4-5-1. Get them in my hands for Weekend League. I'll be there no matter what.
Well, there you go. If we can make it happen, me and Brandon will be in the booth later on this evening, as we will every single Monday on FC Pro Open shows, releasing the tactics, breaking them down and showing you what the players are using in specific roles, specific instructions, and how they're getting the best out of the game.
Yeah, especially, of course, with the use of player codes now as well, so you can literally search them and apply them in your own game as well. I mean, let us know from today as well which players' tactics you would like to see. Let us know in the chat. We'll try and pick out a few of the names, and we'll pick our final one tonight, me and Richard, after the game has concluded. As it stands, Tekkz is on his way to an FC Pro Open. He is still got 32 in-game minutes, though. It's a long 30 in-game minutes on 9-minute halves. Back to you, Bandar.
There was 3 in very quick succession, really important tackles there. Tekkz made 2 with Saliba. Bandar stepped out the back and made 1 with Van Dijk. It's getting a little bit reckless, because players know that Tekkz can probably smell a 4th goal, being completely honest. And Bandar has to press the occasion.
Keane went for a time green Trivella there.
The next goal is important. I know that's quite a very cliche, easy thing to say, but I think if Tekkz gets the next goal, I can't see a world back for Bandar. As I say that.
And Hernandez, is he on for that goal?
Theo Hernandez, by the way, can we speak about him? Best card in the game.
Best player on the game.
Like, and it's not even close. I think he's the most valuable player to everyone's team.
64 out of 64 squads. Every single player using him.
bro, he just hoovers up absolutely everything. Like, I've even heard players talk, and they've said, let's not attack down this side of the pitch because Theo's there. It's insane.
What that has done is left a massive opportunity on this right-hand side of the pitch. Hasn't been all the best fullbacks in action. Diani, the goal scorer earlier today. This is beautiful from Bandar. He just can't find that final part of the puzzle. It's Keane onside, ball over the top. Is he onside? Round the goalkeeper. Yes, he is. Robbie Keane might be the hero to send Tekkz back to another FC Pro Open finals.
It's just a small margins. It was great play from Bandar on the edge of the box. His Gerrard wasn't high enough up to get the power shot. It was probably sat a little bit too deep. Tekkz has hit him with a counter-attack of dreams. Dalglish dinked over the top. Keeper's in no man's land.
Keeper is in absolutely no man's land. I don't know what he's doing. He's going to get a cup of tea. He said, you know what, I've had enough of it here.
The timing of that pass, by the way, to just be on sides, just about Robbie Keane there.
It's the split margins for me, especially with them first time over the top through balls. You can, like, as soon as, you know, when you hit the sweet spot, you're through on goal, and you've got plenty of time to make your decision, and it makes it easier when the keeper comes sprinting out at you.
What I was impressed with as well, obviously for Tekkz, last game, 119th minute, one-on-one with the keeper, finessed it, keeper saved it. Didn't hit it too early, didn't try and finish it. He saw the keeper rushing out, he kept calm, just dribbled the ball past him and slotted into an empty net. A very tight game here for a qualifying spot between Paulo, Neto and Abofawzi.
Yeah, well, this one's going to finish slightly before Tekkz against Bandar. It's Paulo Neto on to get the final piece of the puzzle now. Does he not even want to rush it? Fakes a few player loss, cuts it inside. Paulo Neto will be playing number 14 on the team sheet for the FC Pro Open, and what a difference a year makes. We know the level he's got, we know how good he is, Richard. He was Swiss 0-3 last year. This time he will be amongst the best 24 in the world.
I'll be completely honest, I thought he missed the chance. I didn't know for an L1 out1 double tap square to the back post for Mbappe.
I think there's a massive reason, Buckley, why me and you are stood here, we're not sat.
I don't even firing it back post for Mbappe.
I was sat there thinking the same thing. I'm holding down the square, I'm whipping that back post, and I need my player salmoning and heading that in. But look, like we say, there's a reason why we're here and they're not. He's baited the player lock, and he's got a nice tap in for his efforts as well.
I think probably Abofawzi thought he was going to cross it as well, to give him the byline.
Such a tough scenario, isn't it, if you're on the opposite side of the stage here, where you've come through with the swish, you've been up and you've been down on the bracket. There is still maybe a chance though, Richard, isn't there?
There is.
Not in this game, I mean in the tournament.
Yes.
Paulo Neto tactics you're asking for.
Give me Tekkz. Tactics, please.
You need some tactics, to be fair to you. I've seen your style of FC, mate.
Yeah, it's solid.
Sam Kerr. And in time of 2 minutes, there won't be enough. It looks like Paulo Neto will be the newest name. Let's get a full-time result here. 20 in-game seconds left, Paulo Neto. Congratulations, my friends. You have just qualified for the FC Pro Open. And he wasn't there last year, he certainly will be this year.
Means so much to him. He's been so good for a very long time. Probably 2020, 2019 onwards, he's been a real top player. And last year was the first season where I saw him out and I saw him not playing at that level. He missed the invite last season, he missed the ticket. This year he's punched his hole and he'll be joining us on Monday nights, and I cannot wait to see Paulo Neto in the Pro Open.
No, absolutely, what a player, as you said, so consistent. Well, we've got an update here as well. Tekkz has pretty much locked it in, you'd like to say. 15 minutes left on the clock. It's not Robbie Keane this time, or is it? No, it's Yeon-min Son that makes it 5-2. You'd like to feed them, and 3-goal cushion, 15 minutes, he should be on his way.
Yes! This would be a generational mess up if he somehow found a way of losing this. And also, look, there's very few players who prefer to be in a position like this when leading, and I think I'll pick Tekkz as one of the people to see this out. But look, we've seen crazy things happen. There's still 15 minutes to go, and if he gets a goal here, it would put him in a good position.
He does have Gerrard on the pitch, so anything's possible.
With them power shots, let me tell you, wow, seen some goals with that.
As we start to conclude this one, Richard, I mean, the lineup is looking pretty stacked. 15 names it will be. 9 more still to find tomorrow.
Imagine if Tekkz goes into that group.
D.
Group D. PH in. It is going to be unbelievable. He could go into the same group as Anders as well. A matchup that we wanted to see for a very long time. Robbie Keane's going to nod it in at the back post. And that will do us with 10 minutes to play.
And there's a bit of emotion finally from Tekkz. He knows. But that will be enough to get him through to the FC Pro Open. He was the only person as well to use Robbie Keane, and it's, of course, him that's going to score not the finest of goals, but they all count, especially a 6th, which will give you a 4-goal cushion.
And I've got to say, after Bandar struggling in the qualifiers, we don't know what's going to happen with Neto. That is an unbelievable set of players. They needed this. Tekkz needed this. City needed this. And he's going to be there.
Look, it's why they brought him into the team. They know what he's about, they know what he offers, and he's a top player. Now, I know at times people speak about how he is and maybe he hasn't got some of the results he wanted, but look, it's the age-old saying, form is temporary, class is permanent, isn't it? And we're seeing that today, and I'm sure we'll see it when it comes to the FC Pro Open groups as well.
He might not win every tournament he plays in, but I've got to say he's an outstanding qualifier.
Absolutely.
His success rate in qualifiers and sort of making LAN events and making tournaments is among the best of the best. But was it in doubt when he lost to Nick Snip? I think people will maybe looking at him thinking, what's happening here? Then he goes to penalties against Sean, but he's pulled it out in the end. And I guarantee he'll go back, they'll look at this, Zazinho won't lay him rest. They will be, with a fine-tooth comb, picking over every single thing that they could have done better. And it will be a better performance than last year. I'm very confident of that.
Yeah, obviously it was a group exit for him last year, wasn't it, the FC Pro Open? And the main thing for him, as you said, is just the consistency. He's qualified again. And we'll find out very shortly indeed what group they're both going to be in. Start to load them up. And still, as we said, 9 more names to find tomorrow.
Speaking about Group D as well, by the way, you just know that it's written in the stars, don't you? As soon as Richard said it to me, I'm thinking, yeah, you know what, this has got a Group D written all over it. It was the same last year as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was seen as a quote-unquote group of death, and
we can't let you go without asking about Mark.
Okay.
And tomorrow, obviously you've got to be super happy you got through, but tomorrow's a brand new day. How are you feeling going into it?
Confident as always. I think it helps when you've got a player of Mark's ability in front of you playing the game. But at the same time, in our little mini bracket, we've got 3 elite players. We've got to get through Neat first, and if we manage to get through Neat, then we've got to play the Lorient duo of Fuma and Peixoto. So yeah, one game at a time. I think this just proves it doesn't matter if you lose your first game, it's just about getting 2 wins before you get 2 losses. But no, I'm confident in his ability, and time will tell. Hopefully you'll see me tomorrow with a smile on my face.
We'll see you doing a forward roll on the stage.
Hey, maybe. I don't want to break the setup.
Well, last chance, maybe just about 1 more onto the tally for Tekkz. He has done enough. He will be back in a few weeks' time. And still, he will be amongst the best 24 players in the world. FC Pro Open, Tekkz will be there for another year. And as you said, after losing that game, it's all about, yeah, you can lose your first game, just don't lose a second. And for Tekkz, he bounced back, a penalty shootout win.
Do you see that?
No, I missed
no
it.
handshake.
Really? Wow. Interesting.
Stir the pot.
Wow.
Well.
Because if he goes into a group with Abu Maka.
Please put him in that group, please.